Yo, 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 what's up?
Oh, my
Welcome
bad.
to the bakery.
It'll help if I kind of mute my computer.
It's all right. You know how we do.
This is how we do.
What's going zones?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm in the middle of texting my mother.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta excuse me for a second.
Work never ends.
Man, I've been doing this all day. I had to put some Visine in my eyes because I ran out of my Lumify.
I was
So-
napping in the parking lot. waiting on
No,
you.
look, and then I didn't see your message till after you got out the car, so I was like,
Oh, man, you got to get it in where you get it in because, yeah, you don't always get it. Yeah.
hold on, y'all.
I hope y'all having a good week out there. Oh, man.
What is it, hump day? It's hump day, ain't it?
It is.
All right, let me get into it. What's up, y'all? It's the bakery where we hustle, grind,
Flip and rewind.
cause it's the formula. It's
the
your girl,
formula.
Miss Treasure.
That's your girl, Miss Tay.
That's what we doing today. So we just trying to talk to y'all for a little bit, see who coming in here, who clicking in, who got questions, concerns, rants, raves. I got a funny story though. It just happened. 20 minutes ago. Not even 20 minutes ago. So let me tell y'all a funny story. So I've done dinner reservations and stuff before. Never had any type of problems. I've eaten at some hole in the walls. I've eaten at some top tier. I've eaten at some fancy smashies. I've been there, done that, right? So, mind you, my husband and I on this new diet. Well, not new diet. We're kind of going plant-based, but we still I've never tried Lawry's, right?
Telling you they messed up.
Nah, they really didn't though. Cause look, I just got some information. You don't laugh at me. So
Never.
I never really tried Lawry's. So I was like, you know what, let's do Lawry's, right? So my mother-in-law, well, mother-in-law, that's what we call it. She was like, make the reservations, boom, pow, ping, boom. So I'm on my way over here, and I'm like, oh, let me get these reservations knocked out real quick. And I call them. Lady's on the phone, really nice and everything. It's all good. And she asked, I said, hey, I want to make some reservations for Mother's Day. Cool. She goes, how many people? I tell her. She, name and phone number. I tell her. She's okay. She says, we need a credit card to make the reservation. I said, first of all, I didn't even trip initially. I was just like, oh, well, I'm driving, so I can't really give you that right now because I'm literally driving. I'm on the freeway. And she goes, okay, well, I can hold it, but I can't make the reservations without a credit card on file because it's Mother's Day. So I go, well, we coming. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, we coming.
We coming. We gonna be there, you know what I'm saying? We'll be hungry.
Keep the biscuits warm. We'll be
That
right
part.
there.
We coming. So she goes, I understand, but she's insisting on me giving her this credit card to make the reservations. Now, once again, I've had reservations made before. Maybe not all restaurants do this, some do, some don't. So I've never had this happen before. So I dealt with it like Treasure deals with things like that. Because I'm like, well, I ain't got to patronize your business. So
Straight like that.
I said, well, check this out. First of all, I told you I can't give it to you because I'm on the freeway. So you're asking me to do something that's going to get me possibly killed just so I can come eat. All right. So that's the first thing. So I was a little perturbed about that. And I was like, I wanted to say, bitch, I just told you I'm driving. Like, so, but I didn't, right? I didn't do that. So then she hits me with, she says this shit like 3 or 4 times. So I'm kind of like, so I said, so let me get this straight. You're telling me that I have to give you my credit card for you to make my dinner reservation? She was like, yeah, because it's Mother's Day. I said, I'll tell you what. Don't even worry about that reservation. You can just cancel the whole thing altogether. You have a great evening. So I got attitude. I get off the phone. I tell Tay about it. Come in here, talk to a couple people. I said, have y'all ever heard about a restaurant making you hold your credit card for dinner reservations? And they was like, yeah.
Well, who's the maddest Mad Hatter now?
So now I'm mad, low key. I'm like, for real? So they do that? So I'm feeling like, well, damn, you ain't lived if you ain't had to put your credit card on file to go to a
Well,
restaurant.
I mean, these days it's understandable though, you know.
But no, like I've been,
I get it. Yeah.
and so the Laurie's is not even top tier to me. Sorry, not sorry, but it's not to me.
I mean, what is going on with the world today where you can't even go up into a drive-through, hand them your credit card, your debit card without them trying to siphon your number from the drive-through?
Yo, I
Like,
mean,
really?
they got it to the point where they're doing it at the
Man.
gas stations
Oh,
now.
they
They doing it at the gas stations. So,
right with those terminals and stuff.
yeah. So I'm over here like, oh, so they really do that? And a couple people in here was like, yes, they do. We've had to do that before, especially when it's a top tier.
This is
top.
Laurie's. Usher sings about us.
Wait, so mind you, I said, well, it was Laurie's. And so they were like, oh, yeah, we could see that. So, sorry, Laurie's. I'll probably call y'all back tomorrow in a different voice.
She's still gonna patronize your business, just maybe not right now.
Well, so anyway,
Any hooch.
today's show is going to be about moving in silence with your business.
Ooh, I like that. Moving in silence.
Moving in silence, because a lot of people make a lot of mistakes where
Yes.
they talk a little bit too much,
Right.
right? So, like, I have this saying that never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And the reason I say that is because if you tell everybody all your movements, I'm an energy person, right? So if you tell everybody what you're doing all the time, every move you make, they know it, you're giving up your gameplay. It's just like the 48 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of maneuvering in business that if you don't do it a certain type of way, your business will get shut down before it's even started. And that's because of the people that hate on you.
Well, for me, I think people just don't give a shit. They don't care what you're doing. If they're not benefiting from it, they really don't want to hear it anyway. So it's just better to keep it to yourself and keep it pushing, because you can move better and faster, and not have to deal with the hate coming your way. Because I mean, telling somebody your plans and your goals. I mean, I've done it
Right.
a lot.
Right.
And that's the most common thing I see. It's just the deer in headlight look when they looking at you, trying to, you know what I mean? It's like they don't get it, and I get it. So
Well, it's not even that they don't get it.
It's not. It's not for you to get anyway. It's
right,
just,
because you don't understand like, okay, when you got a dream about what you're doing, you have a vision, you have a
Right.
plan. And
Right.
so what makes your vision and your plan so great is that you know what needs to happen to execute.
Right.
So what happens is when you get somebody else involved and they have the same type of vision or goal, or is very similar,
Right.
or they understand yours,
Right.
then that's your team.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Now
who you wanna
somebody on your
network
team.
with. That's what-
now you
yeah.
got somebody that's like, wait a minute, we got the same drive, the same ambition, the same everything. And I understand your passion in your building your business because I have the same passion trying to build mine. So now you can start collectively, getting together with people and telling them things about your business that you can find information to help you grow your business, to better your business, things
Right.
like that. Because put it like this, I have another saying that I tell people, especially when they get angry.
Oh yeah, she called me the maddest Mad Hatter. That's why I made that comment.
Yeah.
Oh, I be in my feelings.
Straight
I be in
Tasmanian
my
devil.
feelings. I ain't gonna lie.
I done had to calm a few of y'all down this week, man. I was like, man, what's up, brother? Love you too. Appreciate you, bro. It's my brother from another out in L.A. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, Iman.
Hey, Iman.
But, yeah, so, like, I tell people never step off your throne to entertain peasants. So
It's a recent incident that she's giggling about right now, and it has to do with me. So it's all good. Let it out, fam. Let it out.
the funniest thing was going in. I'm like, I don't even think this motherfucker heard anything I just said. no, or read anything I just text. Like, I'm like, you gotta read my text message. So it's like you speed
You know what?
reading.
You know how you
skipping words. I'm like, bro, calm down, bro.
misspelling shit. Okay. I can't.
Yo.
So you know how you have me. You send me
He
things.
said, hello, co-host.
You know how you send me things. Just to take a double look at it. I'm seriously gonna give you my email. I'm gonna give you my email. I'm gonna be like, Treasure, can you check that
Yo,
email? 'Cause me and
this
email,
one-
no.
This one sent an emotional ass email.
I'm sorry. Don't ruffle my feathers, cause it's go.
I'm like, bro, that's not how you do that. You don't get ugly in the public.
I must admit, that was. I mean,
Yo, I wish I could read them. We might at a later date
But
and
you
time.
know what? That situation.
No, mind you, hold on. For the record.
Okay.
For the record, because I know where this is going.
Okay.
Her feelings and emotions and her anger, all of that was warranted.
Thank you.
1,000. So, and I told her, I'm like, no, it's justified,
Right.
but you vent
But
to
what
me.
the way
You
I went
know-
about it wasn't ideal. I should
Nigga sent
have.
an email.
I should have sent it to her for quality control, cause you know what?
And then go tell me to look at it after the fact.
After
what
I
I'm supposed to do with that?
After I sent it, and then I was
Bruh,
I'm like, that was,
Oh, and I
man.
knew it. I said, why she read this shit and be like, oh, I should have never did that.
Oh, but you know what? That's okay because
Did
right
you get a
after
response?
no.
Well, I wouldn't have responded either. Like,
That's okay. That's okay. I wouldn't have expected her to, but that's okay because after this event I got going on tomorrow, guess where I'm going the following day?
uh-oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Just don't be upset when you go.
No, I'm not. I'm
Eat
gonna
an edible or
diffuse
some
the
shit. Do
situation,
something. Have some
but I'm also
incense,
gonna
some sage.
make it apparent to her.
Oh my God, nah, man.
Okay,
You
all right.
Hey, so y'all know.
I need help.
Nah, see, like, cause she started already on a tangent. Like, how you go? Well, I'm gonna go over there, but I'm gonna tell you when I get over there. It's gonna. I'm like, see,
Okay.
breathe.
Okay.
You know what you need? She needs an interpreter.
You know, I feel like somebody stole my commissary. That's how I'm feeling right now.
She
sitting in
needs
my
an
chair.
interpreter. I'm gonna be her interpreter.
Somebody stole
I'm gonna
my
put my
commissary.
glasses on and call myself Cool Moti.
Somebody stole my commissary off my damn bunk, and I need to find out who it is.
Yo, that's how she was acting.
That's how I feel.
She was all through cell block
Oh,
B.
yeah. I feel violated.
Prisoner 2357992. All the thug was coming out. I was like, you can't let these people know who you
gosh.
is.
That's going to be the hardest thing for me to learn how to put a veil over.
Hey,
'cause
man, listen.
that is difficult for me.
Listen,
My cloth is
I've been there.
thick.
I've been there. I've done that.
I believe it, fam.
Like-
I know.
Did you, Earl?
Oh, that's right.
Did that.
That's
and,
right.
And like, straight up, me and that brother is so cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because he made good and he was like, you know what? He really stepped to me in a manner that was respectful, courteous, and it was honorable. And he was like, listen, I get it. You have every right to be upset. I apologize. Let me try to make it right. And he did that. And then on top of it, like, we still did our thing, cleaned up, had everything going. And he came to me and later it was like, I didn't know that this was what you was finna do. And he says, I respect the fact that even through all of this, you still held, you still were honorable. Y'all cleaned up. This place is top tier back. Like, we ain't got to do nothing. And because that was the thing I promised. I says, bro, I just need your building and your electricity. Everything else I got. So that brother, me and him good to this day. And I'm going to try to have him on the show one day because he's definitely a person that you want to talk to and be on the show and just, man. But, yeah, he good cat. He told me, I was there. I was irate. Like, I was so irate, it was disrespectful.
Or how about that event where the promoter actually was trying to get you to pay to perform? I remember, and we all
Bruh.
raised up and left.
So, no. Oh, man. Yo.
How you gonna charge the artist to perform?
It wasn't even that. It wasn't what it
That was
is.
funny.
It was a free event. They later put a price on it after we asked. We asked because I had like 20 people coming out. So everybody wanted to know what the cover was. I said, well, let me find out. A lot of people don't carry cash. They do cards, whatever. They like, let me make sure I got my funds together, or let me have the money ready, whatever. They just want to know what it was. Now, mind you, because none of these people was broke people. This wasn't about money at all. It was about principalities. And I'm gonna speed it up. I ain't gonna make it too quick. But anyway, get to this location I'm supposed to perform, and we at the location for like, I don't know, what, an hour and some
Pretty
change.
much, yeah.
Everybody in there buying drinks, turned up. We doing our thing. The show ain't really started yet. We just kind of chilling. And then all of a sudden, this lady walks around with a bucket and was like, hey, $25 from everybody. And we kind of look like, because then I asked, and they was like, there's no cover. I get to the door, security's like, there's no cover. I said, I just want to make sure, man, like, so I could tell my people, because they're asking. Just like when you go somewhere, what's the first thing you say, what's the cover?
Right.
All right, bet. And make sure I get it from the ATM or something, whatever. Bruh. TNT, what's up, y'all? What up, Pat?
What's up, Pat?
You like that, bro? Cool Mo T. Hold on, let me, my Cool Mo T, you dig?
Oh, man.
You like that?
I
You
like
like
it.
that? Y'all like that? Yeah. Throw some hearts in the chat if you like that. But so yeah, anyway, when they did that, we was kind of like, what's really going on? So we kind of talked to the promoters and everything, and they started tripping. They was like, well, nah, it's $25, and they was supposed to tell y'all and this, that, and the third. I'm like, but that's not what y'all said. Then y'all got people in here. These people done bought drinks. Everybody in here spending money.
I think we was the only one spending money in there.
It was like all of my people were the only people in the fucking building at the time.
Yeah.
So it looked really bad when 20 people got up and like walked out. That's all.
I don't think that they thought we was all. They thought, I don't know what they
Yeah.
thought, but they wasn't thinking that was the problem.
Yeah. So saying all of that stuff is kind of like saying why you should move in silence when it comes to certain things. So when you're building your brand or you're building your business, some things you want to keep private. It's okay to say, hey, I got a clothing line coming out. Oh, that's dope.
Right.
But that's all you gonna know. Like, you might know the name or something later after I've patented it and gotten it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
I mean, but if they really rock with you, and they,
If it's your circle, that's something
yeah,
different.
they gonna want to know more. They gonna want to know when it's coming out. Can I get a sample?
That part.
Let me rep.
Oh, what's
you
up
got
with
yeah,
it?
you got people. You got people in your corner who gonna rock with you, but for the most part, like, your plans and stuff like that, it's more
your
imperative
neck.
that you keep it to yourself because like I said, I mean, there's so much hate out there. I mean, people don't like to see other people come up, and it's a sad thing. I can't wrap my head around that. I don't know.
Well, and here's what's interesting. Like, I just was watching. First of all, shout out to Brought to Fruition. That's another podcast we be rocking
Hey,
with.
Brought to
Appreciate
Fruition. I
y'all.
like it.
You know what I'm saying? She said I put them on the wrench by the paint key. Dab hard.
That's right.
But like, here's the thing. We don't, as a people, we don't know how to, like, look at a person and go, yo, that's a nice shirt you got on.
Mm-hmm.
And it simply be just that. Like, we don't know how to go, yo, so-and-so just bought a new house. Let's celebrate them.
Check the shirt, by the way. Wow,
You know,
bakery.
the bakery apparel coming soon to a back near you. So
They gonna be sick of us at work.
you gonna be sick of me.
You gonna be sick
Prepare to
of
be
you.
sick of me. But yeah, like, we don't have this thing. Like, okay, you ever do something and you're proud of your accomplishment, so you just want to simply share it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can, or do you keep it to yourself a lot?
You know what? In my experience, when I've shared something, so in one instance, okay, I was in college and I created this graphic. I was proud of this graphic I created. It was for merch. It was for a shirt. And I had went to a friend's house and I showed the graphic for the shirt. And the friend was like, well, it wasn't my friend. It was a friend of a friend. And
Friend of a friend of a friend.
right.
That type
And
shit.
they look at it and they're like,
What up, Darian?
they're like, anybody can do that on Photoshop. Yeah, straight like that. So I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, thank you for sharing.
That sound like at work when they be like, oh, when I go by in my condo and they go, well, yeah, anybody can do that. And I'll be like, turn it on, bitch.
Thank you.
Turn it on. Let me see you turn
Thank
it
you.
on. Let me see if you even know how to turn it on.
I don't even waste my time to, just
Y'all got to remember, one thing for real is that people gonna say certain shit just to get under your skin.
Yeah, I know, and that's
Throw you off your A game.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
that's what they do. And that's why I say the haters is gonna hate. The haters is gonna be who they are. So you got to be cognizant of that and know, like, first of all, 48 Laws of Power is definitely a book I suggest you read. Straight up. The other one is the classic Art of War.
The Art of War.
The Art of War. Like, if you can read those two books and you set your life up like them two books,
Definitely. Yeah, definitely get into the Art of War.
man.
It'll teach
that's
you
all
some
I'm gonna
things
say.
in that book.
Because the thing of it, like, so I say you never let your right hand know what your left hand is
Right.
doing. Now, what's crazy is some of this stuff was embedded in me as a kid, and I didn't know then. I couldn't identify what was happening, what was going on. I just knew I always, like, felt a certain type of way. So, as I got older, exactly, Darian, 48 Laws of Power. As I got older, and I started dissecting stuff, I'm like, I've been this way my whole life. I just didn't know what I was. I didn't know how, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, man, like I've been using the 48 Laws of Power and didn't know I was using it until I read it. I was like, hey, I do that. Well, I do that. I do that too. I've been doing that lately too. And then I started understanding, like, wait a minute, this is a lot how
So
businesses
you were inherently
Yes.
you have these laws in
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
get
what I'm
it.
saying. It's embedded.
Right.
So it's not until somebody shows you kind of like, wait a minute, you are that. You know what I'm saying? But
It's a beautiful thing too to find out that, oh man, I am cut like that. I am
Right.
cut from that cloth. Yeah.
But and even still, like, and even when a person like shows you or tells you or leads you a certain way and you go that way, you like that's what you want on your team. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want on your team. Like,
That's why I stalked you.
yo, dead ass.
Another story.
And
for
I
later.
didn't know it.
It's
I
another
didn't know
story
it.
for later.
But even then, did you notice what? I moved in silence.
That's right. That's right.
You know
and
what I mean?
I prospected in silence.
She did, because I had no clue.
That's
I
how
had
I
no
moved
clue.
too. I mean, yeah.
I had
I'm
no
not.
clue.
I'm not the type of person to be out and about. Like if you see me and I come around you, there's a reason. So
No, dead ass. Like, going back to, the logo thing, I've had this situation occur 2 or 3 times where I produced some music, which is amazing because I'm not a producer.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I play around,
Okay,
but I
hear you.
legitimately have produced some songs, and I was like, yo, these is dope. These is hot. I rock with these, right? The first time it happened, I produced a song. It was in 2 places. It was on my good girlfriend's laptop, which I created it on,
Okay.
and it was in my studio. I was with an underground record label at the time. So I'm in my bedroom one day, and I don't think nothing of it because I'm used to like my family, my kids kind of playing my music a little bit, especially like when my kids were younger. They would really like, number one fans. They don't really care about me now too much.
That's not true.
They don't
Continue.
love me. Watch one of them chime in. Yes, wait now. So fast forward. So I hear this song playing, and I'm like, that shit sound good. And I'm thinking, they got my shit playing.
Okay.
Bruh, come in the living room. It's an Infinity car commercial. Somehow had my identical track that I made. And it was the background music for an Infinity car commercial.
So they had the same track?
Identical.
Oh wow.
So it wasn't even like, oh, we used the same sample.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because in the movie theaters, that boom, 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 boom,
Got it.
boom, 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 boom. I have a song I can pull up right now that I created
Okay.
that's just like that. And it's called In the Club. Now,
So you thought they was bumping your song, but it was the Infinity commercial?
I came out the room, and then what was so crazy, my sister came out of her room at the same time I was coming out of mine. So we kind of like ran into each other. Like we came out, boom, and we was looking at each other, and we was looking at the TV, and we was looking at each other. And we was like, she was like, that's some bullshit. I was like, Like, bro, my heart sank.
See, that's another thing too. Like, have you ever came up with something or thought of something? Well, you just did, but how often does that happen to you though? Because it's happened to me so many times where I get it. You know,
Let
what I
me
mean?
tell
Like,
you something. It
I
only
thought of
took
that
it-
2 years ago.
Right.
Like, I thought of that last year.
Now, I've only had a couple of situations where I physically did something and my proprietary information was stolen, and that was one of them. And then the other one was with the other song. But I haven't really. The only time I did something that I regret that I didn't actually do, I'm working one day, and the fellas would always put tickets in.
Okay.
I just picked some teams, right? I did a 10-teamer, and it was for $1 million if you won the team, right? If you won the ticket. So just fucking around. Nah, I even changed some stuff.
Okay.
That's what was so cold. I went back, put it in my pocket. So they was like, oh, so-and-so lost, so-and-so lost. And I was like, oh, and I kept checking. I was like, I was getting all of them right. I was like, that's crazy, right? I ain't think shit of it. Bruh, the whole ticket hit.
The whole thing, every single one. Dang.
$1 million. I didn't put the ticket in. That's the one time when I was like, what? Bruh, heart gone. Like, I was shattered. It was all bad.
Man.
It was all bad.
So, see, I ain't never had experience like that, but I mean, like, so.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, before you get into that, I'm going to ask them a question
Go
then
ahead.
so you can get into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
While she telling her story, y'all tell me, what are some reasons that you think you should move in silence when it comes to specific aspects of your
Yeah,
business,
let us know.
of your brand, whatever it is that you're doing? If you're building something and it's a secret for right now or whatever, why is it a good thing to actually move in silence? Now, y'all throw some of that out there. Go ahead, tell us.
So during my college years, I was, so I went to school for, design and marketing and all that stuff. So during the summer months, I would actually come out here to Vegas. This is when I was living in Northern Cali. So I went to school in San Francisco. So I would come out to Vegas for the Magic show, Magic trade show. It's all clothing, apparel, project. So I would create a lookbook for companies that I was prospecting to maybe intern with or become a designer for. So I'd create a lookbook, and I'd bring that lookbook to Vegas, and I'd go to these brands in Magic, and I'd present my lookbook and my resume to them. So there's this one company that I was really interested in, aligning with. I don't know if anybody knows the company or the clothing brand Cedric and Cedar. So Cedric and Cedar is the street on the East Coast where they claim that hip hop was born.
Okay.
So where the first DJ brought their record
Their equipment
and brought
started
it out.
scratching
Yeah,
and shit.
yeah. So
Okay,
it was
that's what's up.
they said Cedric and Cedar, a little hip hop
All
history
right.
for you.
Shout out to Cedric and Cedar.
So I created a lookbook for them. So I specifically remember I created a brown tracksuit jacket. It was brown. I had their logo here, white zipper, white. So it's brown and white. It has a retro look to it. I presented my book to them. They seemed eager and intrigued by what I had in there, and asked me if they could keep it. You see where this is going?
Yep, go ahead. I'll take my shout out back.
So, me being young and and I'm just I'm doing whatever I can just to get my foot in, So I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead, because I have the file, but that wasn't what mattered. So cut maybe a year later, I go on their website and I see that brown track jacket on their website. So they literally harvested my design.
And ran with it.
And yeah, so, I couldn't do nothing but, I was like, well, I hope I get a phone call because that's my design. Yeah, nah.
And I mean,
Yeah, nah.
there's a way, like, if you would have had the money for it, you could have probably got a lawyer sued because you had the file.
Right.
The file was dated, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
But when you just starting out, it ain't that easy, you know what I mean?
But you know what? At the same time, I mean, because I really truly try to find the good in the bad. This recent situation, I'm still trying to find the good, but that's another story.
Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
It's happening again.
Yeah, I gotta come on, get out my head.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
It's gone. All
what
right.
the heck is bothering me?
So today, I actually take it as a compliment. I take it as a compliment that they saw so fit, and they, that
Absolutely.
it aligned with their culture, that they decided to, You know
what that is, man? That's growth. I'm proud of you.
What? Thank you. I need to grow from this last one, though.
we gonna grow together. Darian answered the question. He says, well, and for those who may be just now watching or whatever, the question was, why do you feel you should move in silence? What are some of your reasonings? So Darian goes, well, you have to protect yourself. Everybody isn't about you.
Exactly.
And you don't know who's for you.
Exactly.
Yo, and that's the biggest factor right there, because we were just talking about energy and all of that stuff. Like, people can prey on you for negative things. You know what I mean? Like, I hope that go bad for them. I hope that just doesn't work out for them. I hope that, like, they can wish the worst. And so every time it happens, you're just kind of like, well, why is this happening? What's going on? You're not even understanding that you're telling people too much of your personal business, and they are manifesting that it fall.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And it's so sad that they got to put so much energy into that instead of just good energy. I mean, I don't understand. What is with the bad energy? Like, what is with the negative? I mean, you hating on somebody else is really not going to do nothing for you, unless you're looking to make yourself feel better.
No, for real. And the crazy part about it is like you manifest all the negative bad when you just blabbing at the mouth, telling everybody everything about what you're doing, every move that you're making. And you're just telling them, right? Like, you're manifesting some bad shit to happen. Now, the people who for you, that's in your circle, that's who you tell, because those people are going to make mountains move for you.
Right.
Because somebody in that group knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that make it happen for you. You know what I mean? Because that's how it works.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know so-and-so's cousin is such and such.
Right.
Oh, you trying to get your clothing line off? Well, so-and-so has a shop or a warehouse. They're looking to, like, there's so many things that when you get in the right circle and you start talking to people, you're just like, okay. And that's why they tell you, surround yourself with people who are like-minded, or even, so my thing is this, I always try to surround myself by people who are doing better than I am.
Definitely.
That's where I want to be. And let me tell you why. Wisdom, achievement, so they can tell me all the things not to do and kind of give me a little bit of a shortcut. Don't make these same mistakes because it didn't work for me when I did this. And let me tell you something about millionaires. Whether you believe it or not, a lot of them are willing to share information.
No doubt.
If you're in their circle, they will sit down and basically tell you certain things step by step. You just got to be that person that's wise enough to even get the wisdom that they're giving, first of all, and then make it happen.
Oh, you got to take those gems because, you got to take those because these are people that are actually doing it. So,
man, next show, bro, is going to be Wednesday. So the bakery is live every Wednesday, 7:30. And we're going to be posting for you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's The Bakery with The Bakers.
Hey, Darian. Well, I mean, let me know. I can, if I can help you out with anything. That's my wheelhouse right there, clothing and stuff. So if you need to know anything, or if you need, some kind of collaboration, let me know.
You actually are talking to the two people who can help you with both of those, because you're trying to protect everything as well. And Darren, you already know that's what we do. So, hopefully, Darren, you kind of see what I'm trying to do with us peoples, with both of these going on. Because Darren is a faithful watcher of both podcasts. So
nice.
Shout out to you, Darren. We appreciate you, bro.
And I understand what you're saying, Darren, because I'm in the same position right now. I'm actually putting together my whole how would you say that, for my clothing brand?
Probably, I would say the whole marketing package.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. So,
and when you say marketing, we're talking about everything down from the top to the bottom. So protecting it is part of that too.
Yeah, and this particular clothing line I've had under wraps for
A
a
while.
while. I want to say more than
Years.
5 years, 6 years. So
Man.
it's my baby. So I'm really really careful with this one. Really careful with this one. But it's on its way.
Man,
Proud to say.
it's gonna be dope
Oh
too.
my gosh,
It's gonna be
I'm
dope.
so excited.
So real quick, we gonna get off of here in a little bit, but
Yeah.
tell us about what you got going on this week.
Oh man, so I'm running on fumes again. I'm sure you are too.
As usual, I got an event after this.
Right.
And I gotta be back at work. I gotta be up at 5 a.m.
Oh, I guess we'll both be up at the same time. Hold on.
I don't know what the fuck that was, but
That's because my hand sweats. I'm telling you,
that's
I
that
can't.
retarded fun. The bakery, the bakers, and the baked. Fucking love you, Pat.
Yeah. So tomorrow, actually, I have an event I have to do. You coming? Is that
Yeah,
the-
man.
Okay.
I'm gonna come up there straight after work. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, when we get all this footage together, we gonna give you some insight on what we've been doing. So
Yeah, man.
You know, we gonna.
And who is it for that you're doing this event?
Okay. So
You just the
I
company.
will be at Pepsi, the Pepsi warehouse on Sunset. It's a closed event.
I didn't tell you where to tell them to go. I
It's
just was
okay.
like,
I mean, they can't
they might
come
show
anyway.
up.
You can't come.
It's a private, exclusive
kidding.
event.
I
Hey,
wish you
but you
could.
can have
I
your
wish
own
you could.
event.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
ElotesWithAttitude.com.
Go check them out one time.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, today's episode is sponsored by ElotesWithAttitude.com.
Thank you very much.
You know what I'm saying? It's that corn with attitude. Had
better-
to pause
you
for the
better get
commercial
it. You
break
better
because,
get
they
it.
paying bills around this
If you
bitch.
don't know, you know now. I'm telling you, bro. But yeah, look out for the EWA because it's gonna be rolling through the city. It's already rolling through. It's not at its full potential yet. But I mean, for what it is,
That's why we so damn tired.
it's doing all right. It's doing all right. I know, right? I'm a corn pusher.
I got corn in my trunk right now. Literally.
That's right. You brought the corn. Thank you. I texted her like, don't forget to bring the corn.
Hey, it's so frozen too. I was like,
Oh, nice. Because I was going to ask. I hope my family didn't leave it
Oh,
out. 'cause
no.
it's gonna be cold.
That was the whole purpose, was to put it in the freezer. So,
You don't have to rent freezer space.
Bruh, that shit was hilarious. Sean said he went to go open the freezer to get something, and he was
That's
like,
why I'm like, I got to get my corn out the house.
next time you do. So my husband be like, listen, if you're just doing some stuff, tell me before you do it so I'm aware, not after. I'm an
Probably
after
like,
person.
what the hell?
No, that's literally what happened. He said he was looking for something, his cantaloupe or his honeydew melon.
I'm sorry, bro.
And some corn fell out instead.
Your wife did me a favor. I had to keep that corn cold.
Hey man, we was like, what we gonna do? I know. Dun, dun, dun.
My fam to the rescue.
To the rescue, man.
Oh, man.
So next week, we don't know what we gonna bring y'all next week, but it's gonna be interesting. If y'all got some ideas, put them in here. What you want to hear about, what you want to see. We're gonna start bringing some businesses to you next month. So get ready. We're gonna have some guests in here, and we're gonna be on location, on scene. Matter of fact, I'm going to a spot now that I'm probably gonna have here at some point as well. But yeah. Move in silence because you never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. And you're going to have people who are not for you and who are completely against you. So it's kind of like giving them ammunition to shoot you down. And
Right.
you don't want to do that. You kind of want to pop out when you thrive and go, bam!
Right. You want them to say, "Oh shit, where'd this come
Basically,
from? Where'd you come?
there's nothing
This
you
what
can
you been
do.
doing?"
When you pull up in a Bentley, a 2023 Bentley, and they're like,
The only news they can get from you now, they got to come to your social media because
because they're no longer in
you
contact
ain't around
with you.
no more.
And you're not even running your social media. So anyway, that's that's
from the
them
bakers.
dreams that we gonna make realities. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna get out of here. We love y'all. You got
Love
something
y'all.
you want to tell them real quick?
Nah, just keep your head up.
They hit us with the lights.
Time to go.
You ain't gotta go home. I knew his little ass was gonna do it. His head is feeling better now.
All right.
But
All
hey,
right, y'all.
hustle, grind.
Thank you for joining in. We love y'all.
Don't forget the other part, man. Hustle and grind.
Flip and rewind. It's the formula.
You rocking with the bakery. We the bakers. I'm Miss
Woo-hoo.
Treasure.
I'm Tay.
We out.
Sees ya. Peace.
What up?